Manhattan today as they were taking on the dudes. Joro, Ralph, and AXB going to be over on the blue side. And of course, Timon, Malekis, and Jemima on the orange. Let's get it started, as that is a good challenge right at the top of the box, and already the dudes having to fight off a couple early strikes from Manhattan.
I'll say one more thing about Aunt Jemima. He flew up the ranks in the six-mans. Dominating performances coming up, and he definitely deserves a spot on this team, and I expect him to perform well here on Manhattan. Well,
already plenty of early pressure applied by Manhattan as Timon now in charge out of the midfield. Just misses the touch. It'll give the dudes a chance to breathe here as we go around the back. AXB missed touch, and here comes Ralph. He's actually going to wait his turn. Solid back pass from the dudes. Just hang on to the ball. Unfortunately, the touch from Ralph, a little bit too much mustard on it. Just gave it right back. Timon is clearing this ball out of their own half. Ralph is just enough getting a piece of that ball to force it onto the orange side. Bit of an awkward touch, though, from Joro in the midfield. Leaves AXB on the back foot. As across the pitch, no one home for Aunt Jemima's pass, and that will be upfield. Way to go and get it. At least get your body in front of it. And Manhattan, I'm surprised at the amount of pressure they're able to generate here versus dudes. And again, like you were saying, Aunt Jemima's got the good vision. He knows how to spread the field, so he's, like you said, he's fitting in quite nicely.
While they're not creating too many chances right now on the Manhattan side, they are keeping the ball, which is very important right now because...
We talked about that. Step one, get the ball. Step two, score it.
Exactly, and not even in that sense. It's just having possession. It just makes the game so much more difficult for the dudes, especially a team who has a lot of confidence coming into this game.
Well, Malekis just blasts one at the net and actually gets it across two defenders, and it will indeed be Manhattan on the board first.
Manhattan getting on the board first here is right, and just a bit of a defensive mishap here from the dudes. There's just poor rotations, and Malekis kind of just puts one up over the top and finds himself a goal.
Stop it if you can, and it found its way through as Joro continuing off the side wall. Ralph is almost there, but he's too far under it. Tipped away by Malekis, top of the box, and cleared away by Timon. Joro to clear. Out into the midfield. Free ball here for Manhattan. Taking a lot of time with this. Didn't have enough time to grab the boost, though, and all that did was give AXB time to try and take it away in the corner. Ralph over the top of one. Can't get through two. Timon support out of the midfield. Delays the push from the dudes, and a big missed touch from AXB. AXB is actually very, very sound mechanically. It's not very often you're going to see him miss a free touch like that.
And the idea from Timon there was to bring it down and force the 1v1, but a good demo by the retreating offenders there to slow him down and stop that play altogether.
Around the back wall, Joro not going to hand this one off to Ralph, going to stick with it as he approaches the other side wall. He's around one in the midfield, but again, really liking the layered approach Timon is taking out of the midfield. Actually, all the players in Manhattan, the timing is good. They're saying, look, you may be the first guy, but there's no way you're getting by the second guy.
And really good from Manhattan there in that last attack to not commit too many guys up to the field. A lot of teams will throw all three at that play, and you actually saw someone rotate all the way back to their end. They're playing very safe right now.
AXB found a demo on Aunt Jemima back in his own half, and Ralph stealing away his corner boost. Aunt Jemima is going to be waiting in net with not a lot to work with. They rifle one right at him, and he will get in front of it. As Manhattan dodge another one as we approach the later stages of game number one. Here's AXB trying to keep it close up to Ralph, and hello, Joro coming off the ceiling. This slow roller right down the middle of the pitch is going to be easily kept at bay. Timon trying to drive the length himself, and that will be Ralph coming out of the corner to make a clear.
Quick counterattack from Manhattan, but again, this is kind of a censored attack from them, making sure that they don't put too many guys up on the field. They're very good at not overcommitting.
AXB cuts down one in the midfield. He's going to need a little bit of help to get this ball all the way home. He's got Joro lined up, and they find the center of the net. A little bit of a double commit out of it, and that will cost Manhattan.
Great play here from the dudes. AXB just looking for someone across in front of the net, and Aunt Jemima didn't take the best angle from that. Not able to get there as the second defender, and the dudes get on the board.
It took them a while to finding an opening, but they got there eventually. They have equalized the game here with about 60 left. Malekis wants two off the back wall. AXB's not even going to let that be a possibility. There's Aunt Jemima to the top of the box. Timon is taking it away from Malekis, and I feel like Malekis would have had a fair bit of power behind that touch. As Ralph down to the side, and things were reset Back into the neutral game. That's a pass lined up for Aunt Jemima and just pushed wide.
Really like that play. That's the type of Manhattan that we want to see. Spreading the field, playing in between each other, especially in that midfield. Owning the midfield for Manhattan is extremely important for them.
So the final 30 begin to tick as the dudes look to start out the series well. Manhattan putting up a fairly strong offensive showing here in game one, though. They want to go all the way across to Joro. It's too far out in front of him. Misreads the clear, but a banger off the back wall as that is going to be tipped by Ralph back into this orange corner. 10 seconds now as Manhattan trying to make a last drive and just demoed by AXB will stall that one out. Hard off the side wall, last chance belongs to AXB, and Malakis off the back wall trying to find Aunt Jemima on the side. It will make it all the way to OT. Both teams really having to work. I have a
feeling it, Chiefs, that this might be
a long one.
A long one. We're in for a ride here.
Well, we'll have to see how long this OT continues, as that is going to be into the midfield for Aunt Jemima. Out to space. Unfortunately, Malakis hasn't had enough time to track down Boost. Joro back wall, weak clear, free ball, and Ralph will sink it.
It's because I said it was going to be a long one.
Way to go, Corelli.
22 seconds is all it takes, the dudes, and Joro, a great touch here. Timon not able to read that one perfectly. The rotation comes in for the dudes. Ralph knocks it down. Dudes up 1-0 in the series.
Easy peasy. But it was not easy peasy all the way through, that is for sure for the dudes. The start of that game looked really, really good for Manhattan. Again, you can see it there in the shot column. Really no issues generating chances. They had a couple of good passes lined up, but again, just sound defense. You can see the saves there. Yeah, the dudes would like to cut down on the saves, obviously, make clears instead, but they didn't seem to struggle to get in front of a lot of those shots.
Yeah, they're going against the grain with that kind of stat right there. Normally when you have a bunch of saves, it means that you're not really playing up to par and that you're kind of playing defense the whole time. But in the end, they do get a win here, even with 8 saves. I think the dudes could have played a better game. Manhattan kind of got off to, obviously, a 1-0 start there, but the dudes fought back, played well, I think, and yeah, they get their first win here against Manhattan, but I think it's going to be a close one because, again, an overtime game, and it just took a mistouch from Timon on the back wall to let that go.
It happens, man. What can you do? I mess up all the time, Corelli, as you well know. You've seen me play 2v2, and it's not pretty. So, what can you say?
That's why you're here in this chair.
That's why I'm in this chair.
Yeah.
But Joro having a really good start to the game. 410 points on the scoreboard, 3 saves, 4 shots, 1 assist, getting things done. He's got to be feeling good because, if I remember correctly, he just took his SAT, got good results, so he's feeling good here for week 2.
Yeah, I think he was taking it during the play-ins.
He was taking it during the play-ins, yes.
Got his results back. I'm sure he did better than I did on my SAT.
Do you remember what you got on your SAT, Corelli?
Yeah, because it was that bad.
Okay. Then we'll move on into game number 2, the dudes versus Manhattan. And Manhattan looking to find an answer, perhaps a little bit of a stronger continuation of their game 1 start here in the next 5 minutes on Utopia Dusk, as almost floats through all the defenders, and the dudes just don't get away with one there. Double commit from the dude, should be free clear for Manhattan. Hard shot to the left side, easily stopped by Timon. To clears Malakis and met by AXB in the midfield. Hard bounce into the middle. Jemima out to space and well read by Ralph. Not the most favorable of bounces though, and it will be Manhattan pushing. Kind of give up a little bit of ground there in the midfield. Timon's going to have to fight for possession. Wins the challenge down and in front. Joro dives off the back wall. Solid stop. Collects his own corner boost. Will get himself back in the rotation.
Ball given away there by Aunt Jemima a little bit, but actually forced save there by Timon, but for this Manhattan team, they're feeling a little bit of pressure here. The dudes laying it on here early on.
Back wall and solid clear from Malakis. Minute gone already, and a couple of chances for the dudes for sure. That's a great line, one up and off to the side and just sailed on him. Unfortunate for AXB, but what can you do? You got to fit it under, what was it, the XL crossbar?
Hopefully the rival series doesn't have something like that, but
this one down and in front, launched away and off the back wall. AXB misses the clear. It's a free shot, and that is weak for Malakis. He is upset.
I'm upset.
Corelli is also upset.
Yeah, you've got to take advantage when the ball is gifted to you like that, and unfortunately, Manhattan going to keep this game 0-0.
AXB out into the middle. Ralph trying to pick one off the back wall as there is Joro, wants the back post. Weak shot though. And Manhattan to clear.
Oh, what a touch.
Skids off the
Oh
roof,
my goodness.
rattles around, and Malekis puts it home.
Team-on.
Team-on is right.
What a disgusting touch. You see the pass out from Malekis. He was just trying to get out of his end, but Team-on reads it perfectly, gets the pop, and Malekis slams it home. Manhattan on the board in impressive fashion.
And again, on the board first here in game number 2. See if they can hang on to that lead this time around. They were unsuccessful in game number 1, as it did take the dudes a fair stretch of time to find an equalizer up until about the 1 minute mark. As Ralph trying to win a big challenge coming out of the sidewall. Joro's got plenty to pick from in the net, but tough to get all that momentum. AXB, a lot to pick from, goes under the defender. Nice shot.
Like that touch from AXB. Look how he angles his car coming up to this shot here. Malekis and Team-on not getting the best clear, and Team-on went for the high shot, and AXB just lowers it into the net and ties it up for the dudes.
And that's the unfortunate reality of being a defender. You have to respect the most obvious option.
Yep.
And when you've got time to pick like AXB does, he'll make you pay every time. As here he comes one more time into the corner as Malekis punches one down to the blue half. Joro off the side to continue. Giving a bit more ground to work with, making sure he might be able to hang on. Bit of an awkward dismount off the back wall, but a great continuation touch off of his own backboard as Joro off the side. He needs help from Ralph. He's really trying to go get that one, and it'll be cleared away by Manhattan.
And now the counterattack on for Manhattan right now is that was a bit of an overextension from the dudes.
Either way, they get away with one. Ralph rolls one to himself off the back wall, demoed for his troubles. Joro picks a spot, and what a stop from Team-on. Just slams it against the wall. The second shot to the back post, and AXB again. Perfect spot.
Great first effort there by Team-on to make that save, but the pressure coming in from the dudes looked all three of Manhattan kind of committed to that save there and couldn't recover in time. AXB picks a spot where no one's at, and he gives his team the lead.
And it's sad days when you slam into the ball like that from above and you don't get the ground pinch goal, Curly. Rough times.
It's even more sad when you get that save like that and you just can't get another one. The pressure is so coming in a lot from the dudes.
A lot of pressure is correct, and now they just have to hang on for the next 95 seconds.
Ooh, I like this.
AXB ceiling shot lined up and goes under him again. Give him the hat trick for game 2.
How did that even go in? It was a little bit slow from AXB. I like it. It looks clean, but gets
a little bit of an air roll to go behind him. That was nice.
A little touch off the ball there, and yeah, a beautiful goal from him, and it's 3-1 now for the dudes. AXB having himself a game.
A game is right. Joro with 2 assists. The third one unassisted as Malekis now wins a good challenge in the air in front of the blue net, but Joro will find a clear off the side wall. Top corner again, moving back into the dude's corner. AXB to continue on to the Manhattan half. As Joro in the midfield, looking for Ralph at the top of the box. A nice delay from Manhattan, but can they gain some possession here? Blasted downfield, and that is way out of reach for Aunt Jemima. Joro knows he's got this guy beat, but still very well challenged by Team-on. Took the long angle because he knew if he tried to shoot it behind him, it was not going to have a lot of power behind it. Dudes electing to let one go over the first man, let Joro bomb it away so they can grab some boost. Here comes Ralph now out of the midfield. Manhattan all kind of clumping up in this corner.
Yeah, their offense is kind of breaking down right now. You're not seeing them pass to each other. They're just kind of bombing it downfield and hoping for the best at this point.
That's not going to fly here. You've only got 30 seconds to work with. As Aunt Jemima going to have to stop this push from the dudes, try and get it by, and again, just launched downfield is right. Back wall, solid touch from Joro to delay the attack. As into the corner, Malekis is figuring out if he should go or wait, and he elects to wait. They know they've got maybe 1 or 2 more chances. Aunt Jemima, soft toward the top of the box. AXB can't reach it. Back wall, and Ralph is able to just get it wide. This one's going to bounce around. Team-on is denied an equalizer, but it is own goal, and that is not an equalizer. They're still down by 1, Curly. I'm sorry.
The dudes felt bad. All right, it was 3 great shots. Team-on off the crossbar there, and he bumps out Ralph. And Joro's just like, hey, you know what? Doesn't matter.
You can have it.
You can have it. You get the goal. Make it look close.
Make it look oof.
and the dudes, they do take the win here. And Manhattan, I was kind of saying it near the end there, is it felt like they were not playing their game. we said they like to spread the field, find each other in the midfield.
Yep,
I said
sure.
that earlier that, you know, controlling the midfield for Manhattan is huge for them. And in that last game, they had no control of the midfield at all. And really, they didn't even have control of their own half. It was just the dudes shoving it down the field over and over again. And Manhattan, it almost reminded me of the last series we saw where they struggled to get it out of their end. And when they did, they didn't do anything with it.
Exactly. To be fair, Manhattan was able to get a couple of chances there at the end of the game, but still, you need a little bit more time to work with. You'd like to have that more time to work with. And the dudes got off to, again, a fairly slow start here. It took them about halfway through to finally find the back of the net. But after that, I mean, AXB, I felt like he kind of took that game in his own hands and said, look, you're going to have to beat me if you want to beat my team. And you can see it there, 500 score. That's 1,000 points in a public lobby. That guy crushed it in Game 2.
And it's tough for Manhattan because you say, okay, well, yeah, they're using a sub today. You know, it's Aunt Jemima's fault. And I don't think that's the case. I do not think that's the case at all. I think actually Aunt Jemima is fitting in very well with this team. I don't think any of them are playing up to par right now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rough go here for Manhattan in game number 2. At least you didn't think that they were down by 1 goal when they were actually down by 2 and thought they were scoring an equalizer. So, I mean, they've got that going for them. As we move on into game 3 now. As Aunt Jemima soft clear. Ralph not able to get a solid continuation. AXB waiting his turn in the midfield as Joro can't get the ball away from Timon. Joro across and cut down by Manhattan. Aunt Jemima trying to find this ball. He's going to go racing upfield, hoping for a pass from his teammate. It's not going to come, though, as Malachus makes one miss, but there's no way to hold on to the ball, unfortunately. Jemima up the side. Can't get that ball straight out. Ends up punching it right into AXB. Got it right back, but still, the dude's going to just bomb one away back into the Manhattan corner. And you got to wonder, can Manhattan make enough people miss out of the midfield, hang onto that ball, collect enough boost to really get the offense going, as they've struggled to get consistent pressure against the dudes here in this series, and AXB again make it 4 in a row for him.
AXB is here to play today, and this combination between Joro, Ralph off the back wall, and then out to AXB is so nice to see. The dudes playing so well today, and Manhattan left in shambles on the defensive side.
So Ralph actually going to win that midfield boost off the kickoff. And Joro will punch this one out to the side. Aunt Jemima trying to find a pass off the back wall. A nice clear from AXB. Solid timing off the back wall. It's very easy to mistime that and give a weak clear out towards the top of your box. As Manhattan now again trying to push out of their own half. Keeping it close is Jemima. Through 1, not through 2. Joro dives in front. Dudes figuring out how to push up out of their own half right now, spreading out, trying to collect some boost pads on the way. Dumped back into their own corner, a little bit dangerous though. Aunt Jemima is right on top of them. And this is a good chance here for Manhattan. Unfortunately, that ball, not enough momentum behind it to get itself all the way into the midfield as AXB trying to get another dribble over the top of Aunt Jemima.
A little smile came on my face when AXB...
Oh, that one floats through. What? Timon just launched one down the field.
Oh, forget about my smiles. Timon is smiling right now as he's able to just find this goal assisted by Aunt Jemima.
Whoops.
But, I mean, just the defense from the dudes not there, and Manhattan kind of get a freebie here.
Yeah, it looked like the second man back in the rotation was like, all right, he's got that clear. I'm going to go grab the ball. Oh, he missed it. And then by then you just can't make the adjustment. It just floats right on in. Pass across for Manhattan, read by AXB. Timon crushed downfield, unfortunately over the head of his teammate. Jemima trying to keep it close. Here comes Ralph's challenge. He's through Ralph. Can he get through AXB on the back wall? Needs a little bit of help from Timon, as that is just AJ slightly too late to the play, and that's off the back wall. Tough shot to make for Ralph. And the dudes actually might get caught here a little bit. They haven't had time to get all the way back and set on defense, but that big missed touch, and that will buy them all the time they could ever want.
The biggest difference between these two teams, because both of them are kind of booming the ball down the field, is that the first touch on either end is always, for the dudes, their team. The dudes are always getting to the ball first. Manhattan, when they push it down the field, they're not getting to it, and that's the biggest difference right now, is the dudes are maintaining possession while booming it down the field.
AXB, soft touch towards the top of the orange box. Timon right to Ralph in the air, is hard into the midfield as Malachus hand one off to Joro, and Jemima figuring out how to challenge this ball. Will delay the push. It still gets to the top of the box. Timon just boomer downfield. Hard across to the opposite end of the pitch. Joro trying to track down a read, and he gets it behind Malakis. Timon now the sole defender for Manhattan. Again, just buys time for his team to go grab boost, and that's exactly what you're talking about. Manhattan just, it's a bomb down the pitch to just try and get your teammates back. It's not to start the attack or anything.
And the dudes are able to prolong a lot of their attacks, and the Manhattan just seem to have one shot and it's cleared away, and then they play defense for a couple minutes.
Ralph lost one towards the top left corner, and he will fit it in just behind the defense, and the dudes will take a 1-goal lead.
And today, the dudes' shooting has just been phenomenal by really all three of their players, AXB most notably, but here's Ralph showing up, hitting a great shot to the back of the net. And again, the dudes find themselves in the lead with 1 minute and 20 seconds left.
And it's not too long now. We could see 2 3-0 sweeps in a row, Corelli. As Ralph writing around, Timon trying to get this to a game 4. He's going to need some help, though, from Malakis behind him. Joro, not the best touch, but a great continuation because that pass was destined for Manhattan at the top of the box. As AXB now in a 1-on-2. No, it will be 1-on-1. I was wondering if he was going to make him miss. As Joro.
What a read.
Hey, just sometimes inertia works out for you, man. And it's just precious time wasted for Manhattan now. They need something. And Jemima tapped up field. Joro's there already. Ralph is just going to bail, as is AXB. They know they just got to wait this out, catch these clears, continue the game plan. As that is into the open net off the back wall. It should have been, and Joro will indeed finish the job. That might be the dagger.
It took the third man to finally put it away, but the defense from Manhattan just seemed confused. Nobody's getting to the ball first.
What do you mean we didn't clear it?
Yeah, you might be right. There's a lot of assumptions are being made. It's like, okay, he's going to get there, and he doesn't get there. Is he going to clear it? No, he does not going to clear it. And it just seems broken right now, the Manhattan defense.
Joro, give him another one. Why not? Finds it around the defense for a second time in a row. 4-1 dudes.
And again, the shooting right now for the dudes is just beautiful. I mean, look at this shot from Joro. He spins off the wall and he follows it up because he's got enough boost. And he finds another goal, the 4th one for the dudes, and the dudes cruising right now.
A leisurely Sunday stroll, but I guess it's Friday, so a leisurely Friday stroll to victory here against Manhattan. As, okay, maybe not quite so leisurely. Ralph just had to make one heck of a stop. But either way, the final 10 seconds, they want another pass play. Hand it off to Joro. Give him the hat trick, too, for the series. The dudes, it's a good start to the day.
Dudes looking real good here in the rival series. Now going to move on to 2-1 in their league series score. And
yes,
I got to say, I'm not surprised, Chiefs. I'm not surprised at all.
Well, it's a good show. And Jemima, to be honest, didn't play too poorly with Manhattan. Like you said, he fit in fairly well. It was really just Manhattan as a whole kind of struggling to get things going in general. The dudes were just that locked down.